Sorry to disturb you, Jamie, but I did feel that this was important.
Yes, Liz, it's all right.
I couldn't get to you before you left the complex yesterday. Those letters are ready that you said had to go out today, but what they need is your signature.
All right, why don't you sign them and initial them, all right?
Oh, I really think it's important for you to look over everything and make sure it's right, don't you agree?
Yeah, I suppose so. Come in.
I really want to know if you were going to come in today, Jamie.
Well, yeah, I'll be there in a little while. Yeah, I don't know the exact time. Okay?
All right, Jamie. I just want to know when, in case there are inquiries, that's all.
I'm sorry, Liz. I'm a little preoccupied at the moment. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That's it. Okay, well, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, Liz? Yes, goodbye. Well, hello, Mom.
Hi, honey. I hope I'm not creating a problem being over here now.
No, Liz just called to remind me of a few things I have to do today. Well, what do you want to talk about? You sounded pretty serious on the phone.
Well, I want to talk to you about your asking Mac to release you as heir to Corey Publishing. Oh, they brought the breakfast trays, but you were asleep, and I didn't want to wake you because I didn't want you to miss any of your beauty sleep. And I took the food so it wouldn't get cold. I didn't think you'd mind.
So beautiful.
What are you doing, honey? Put me down.
Oh, baby, I love you so much.
Honey, I'm going to burn the eggs if you don't let me go.
Let them burn.
I can't, honey. I got to stir them. Why are you in such a good mood?
Oh, because of tonight.
What about tonight?
We're going to do something real special.
What?
I'm going to take you out for a very special dinner.
I just took a roast, not just, but a while ago, took a roast out of the freezer to defrost.
Well, you better put it back.
Well, I can't. It's already defrosting.
Put it in the refrigerator. It'll keep till tomorrow.
Well, maybe we could wait till tomorrow to go out.
No way. We are going to have ourselves a very special celebration tonight.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Oh, thanks for coming over so quickly, Larry.
Well, it sounded kind of urgent.
Yeah, we've got to start working on Blaine's defense.
Yeah, and we are going to need your help.
Well, you know you get all my help. But I got to be careful and not do anything that's going to prejudice this case.
Well, don't worry. We're not going to ask you to do anything that would interfere with your departmental duties.
Larry, we need to know what the police have come up with so far.
Well, not a lot. I mean, the physical evidence on the scene just isn't that helpful.
What about the gun? Fingerprints?
Well, the only prints we found in the house were Blaine's and Jordan's. We couldn't lift any clean prints off the gun because they were smudged. But now that's not unusual when you have a struggle over a weapon. But these prints, they don't make any difference, Brian. I mean, Blaine already admitted to having the gun.
Well, we're going to have to prove that she had a good reason to have the gun in the first place.
And I believe that she had good reason.
Well, you're referring to the fact that Jordan caught Blaine with a record book.
Yeah, now that book contained enough information to put Jordan and a lot of his friends away for life. Now, it'd certainly be motivation enough for her to threaten him if he caught her like that.
Well, didn't you tell me that he did get the record book away from her?
Yeah, but then he started getting rough with her. Now, if Blaine were scared to death that he was going to beat her up, it would only be logical that he'd use something like the gun to threaten him.
Frankly, Brian, I don't think Blaine even knew the gun was loaded. I mean, her life was in danger, and she was trying to protect herself.
The fact is that she didn't threaten him. She shot him.
But it was an accident. The gun went off during the struggle.
Well, we're going to have to prove that. We're also going to have to prove that Jordan, even after he got the record book, was angry enough with Blaine to have harmed her.
And that's going to be easy enough when we get the book. I mean, I'll bet my life on the information in that thing. By the way, where did Blaine see the book place anyway?
So much has been happening, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about that. She doesn't know where the book is.
She doesn't know.
No, it was in Jordan's hand just before the shooting, but then she ran out without picking it up.
Well, I wonder where it is. I mean, it wasn't anywhere in the house when we searched it.
Well, Blaine thinks that it must have slid under something when Jordan fell.
Larry, I think that book is going to be very important to Blaine's defense.
I don't know it. Listen, I'm going to get a search warrant, and I'm going to turn that house upside down until I find it.
Good. The sooner the better.
Okay. Listen, I'll let y'all know as soon as I find anything.
Mom, we've already had a discussion about Mac dropping me as his heir. I mean, there's nothing more to talk about.
I think there is more.
What?
I think you've made the wrong decision.
Well, I don't.
I know you don't, darling, but you have earned your own position over there in Corey Publishing
Mom.
all by yourself. I don't want to see you throw it away just because Mac and I are getting divorced.
That's not the only reason.
One thing doesn't have anything to do with the other, Jamie.
You can't believe that.
I do believe that. Mac feels as though you're his son. That's why he wanted you to be heir.
No, you don't understand.
I understand totally. Mac feels you're capable, and he wants you to take over for him one day.
No, you don't believe that any more than I do. He did it because he was married to you.
That's not true, Jamie. And whatever happens between Mac and me, he's always going to love and respect you.
Well, I don't want it for those reasons.
Well, why not?
Because, Mom, someday I hope to take over Corey Publishing. But it won't be for a long time, and when it happens, I want to have earned it. Now, so far, I've made a mess of everything Mac has ever handed me to do, but that's over now. I'm going to make a fresh start.
I don't think you should let Mac do this, Jamie. Has he done it already?
I don't know. He said he'd think about it.
Good. Maybe there's still time then.
Time for what?
Jamie, just go over there and tell him you've changed your mind.
No, I don't. That's not what I want.
Jamie, you don't know what you want. You have no idea.
Idea about what? What are you really talking about? Mom, you're not answering me. Now, what are you talking about?
Have you discussed this with Cecile?
Sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
Well, not directly. I mean, she knows how I feel about what I do at Corey.
Yeah, well, how do you think she's going to feel when she finds out what you're going to do?
Probably the same way you do.
Jamie, then why don't you see that I'm right?
Because I don't want that. You know what you're doing?
No, what? What am I doing?
You're blaming yourself for my decision.
Well, Jamie, if Mac and I weren't getting a divorce now...
Even if you and Mac weren't getting a divorce, I'd probably still be doing the same thing. Why can't I convince you of that? Now, a long time ago, I asked you and Mac to leave me alone. To let me make it on my own. Well, on my own, I created one major disaster after another, and in order to cope with it, I turned to a little help, which wasn't any help at all. Well, that's over now. You see, Mom, I'm getting it back together again. And I don't want a prize at the end of the rainbow to do that. I'm doing it for me. Mom, I want to show Mac that I'm capable. I want to show him that I can do my job because I'm capable, and not because I've been chosen to succeed him. I'm doing it for me. Can't you see that? I will do it, and I can do it. You know, besides, maybe one day I will take over, if it's meant to be.
Right. But one day might just be too late.
Oh, Brian. Hi. What a nice surprise.
I hope you don't mind my just driving by like this.
No, of course not. Come on in.
Thank you.
Are you in the complex to see Mac today?
No, actually, I'm here to see you.
Oh, you are? Why?
I'd like to take you to lunch.
It's 10:30, Brian.
It is? Oh, well, then, how about brunch?
Brunch. Now, isn't that something that people do on the weekend?
Maybe we should go out and research it.
Right now.
Well, can you think of a better time to find out?
persuasive.
However, I should warn you that I did have an ulterior motive.
Oh, the truth is out. Then you don't really want my scintillating company.
Of course. I have the feeling that I'm going to end up embarrassing myself, and I should know better than to try a ruse on a beautiful, charming, intelligent woman.
More. Your flattery's very effective. So what do you want to discuss over brunch?
Well, it looks like I'm not going to get out of this box, am I?
No.
Well, I need to get some information about Sandy Alexander.
What kind of information?
What do you know about it?
Well, Mac hired him, to be my assistant in Cecile's, and he certainly works very hard. I have no complaints there. Is that the kind of information you want?
Well, no, not exactly. I was looking for something more of a personal nature.
Oh. Well, I'm afraid I can't help you, Brian, because our association has only been in the office.
I see. Well, sorry to have bothered you.
Oh, it's no bother. So does this mean that we're not going out in search of a brunch?
Hey, not at all. In fact, I'm going to enjoy it even more now.
All right. Give this to the secretary. Get my things and we'll be on.
Good.
Matt, here are the preliminary expenditure projections for Brava.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll get over them as soon as I can.
All right, we'll have the final proofs ready for you as soon as you give us your comments on it, all right?
Thank you very much.
Matt, could you have a moment?
Certainly.
First of all, I want to thank you for listening to me the other night. I really needed somebody to talk to.
You know I'm always here whenever you have a problem, Cecile.
And I'm grateful for that.
I just hope that you and Jamie were able to straighten out whatever the matter was that was causing you the problem in the first place.
Yes, we've managed to. But that's really not what I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, there's another problem?
I'm afraid so.
Concerning Jamie?
Mm-hmm. He told me that you offered him Pat's job while she's in London.
Yes, I thought that would be very good for him.
Oh, I do, too. I mean, he always does a good job at whatever he sets his mind out to do, and he has done the job before.
But?
But, Mac, I'm concerned about him assuming additional responsibility.
Oh?
You know, it was all the pressure before that led him to take,
Take the pills?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm aware of the cause of the original pressure, Cecile, but that's been remedied now. He no longer has a multitude of responsibilities that was so weighing him down. I feel sure that he has his life under control now, and I'm sure he'll do a very good job with Brava while Pat is away. Besides, he'll have help.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'll help him in any way I can, that.
Well, I wasn't exactly referring to that, although I'm sure everyone will do everything they can to help.
Then what?
Jamie will have a full-time assistant working directly for him now.
Oh? Huh. Who?
Sandy Alexander.
We turned this place upside down, Larry. We can't find a thing.
Thanks. Yeah, we might as well get out of here.
Okay, fellas. Let's pack it up.
So Sandy's going to be Jamie's assistant.
That's right.
Does Jamie know that yet?
Well, I spoke to him about it when I offered him the job. He didn't seem to have any objection to Sandy. Do you think that's going to be a problem?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, Sandy will do marvelous work for Jamie, and, he did it for Pat and me.
I think that he and Jamie will make a very good team together.
Yes, so do I.
They seem to get along quite well.
Mac, I don't know. I really don't. I'm concerned. I think that Jamie might feel that you don't think that he can handle the job. Because now you're already giving him an assistant right off the bat.
No. As a matter of fact, I made it a stipulation of Jamie taking the Brava job. I don't want him under that kind of pressure anymore. But I did make it perfectly clear to him that my wanting Sandy to help him was in no way a reflection on his abilities.
I see. Well, I'm sure that Jamie will take the job.
I sure hope he does.
Well, if there's nothing else for us to talk about, I think I'm going to get going.
As a matter of fact, Cecile, there is something else I'd like to bring up, and this might be the time to do it.
What's that?
I've been doing a lot of thinking about our conversation the other night, and I'd like to tell you about it. First, I want to thank you very much for making me aware of the financial squeeze that you and Jamie are in.
Oh, Mac, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burden you with all that. I was just so upset that...
No, I should have guessed it myself. After all, it's not that uncommon for a newly married couple to be in the same situation. What with having to set up a household and all like that, and the way inflation is on everybody's pocketbook these days. So I was thinking maybe there's something I could do to help out a bit.
No, Mac. There's nothing that you can do. I don't want anything.
Well, I would like to.
No, you've already done enough already. I mean, the cabin. I love it out there. I love that place. I just wish we could spend more time there.
Well, maybe now that Jamie has less responsibilities, you can. But you know, you were right about one thing.
What's that?
You were right when you decided that you definitely need to be a two-car family.
I was?
Yes. It must have been terribly inconvenient for both of you having always to use Jamie's car.
Oh, no. We manage most of the time.
Well, you shouldn't have to. Anyway, when you have children, I mean, a small two-seated sports car is certainly not going to meet your needs. So I was just wondering.
What?
I was wondering if I might offer you a car as a gift. Of course, the choice would be yours.
Oh, Mac. Oh, that'd be wonderful. Wonderful. You know, I think Jamie's going to be just as thrilled about this as I am.
I'm here, Jerry.
It's about time. I thought you were never going to get here.
Well, I had to stop off at the station house. Besides, I really didn't feel like rushing over with bad news.
Bad news? Then you didn't find the book.
Went through that house with a fine-tooth comb. It wasn't anywhere.
You're sure?
Real sure.
Damn it, then where could it be?
All I can figure is Blaine must have picked it up and taken it with her.
But she says that she didn't.
Well, maybe she just doesn't remember. You know, she was real upset that night. For some reason, her mind might have just blocked it out.
All I know for certain is that she didn't have it when she got to the loft. I would have seen it.
Well, maybe she left it someplace between the house and the loft. I don't know. How'd she get over to your place? Did she drive?
No, I don't think so. I don't think she was in any condition to drive.
You think she might have taken a cab?
Maybe.
All right. I'll check all the taxi companies in town. I'll see if any one of their guys found this book in one of their cars.
Get on it right away, Larry. We have got to find that book.
Okay. All right. Check you later.
Yeah, check them all.
Sally, what are you doing here?
Oh, my afternoon class got canceled. What about you? I thought you were working.
Well, no, I have to work Saturday, so I took the day off.
Oh, good.
What are you studying?
Oh, I have a final in my journalism class on Friday.
Must be getting close to the end of school now.
Yeah, one more week.
Have you thought about what you're going to do for summer?
Kinda.
What does that mean?
Well, I think I want to get a job.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Have you been checking to see what's available?
Not yet. I haven't.
Well, you know, you shouldn't wait until school's out to look. Everything will be taken.
I know. I'm going to look next week.
Okay. If you'd like, I'm sure I could help you get something at the hospital. They always have openings for clerks and things like that.
It's not exactly what I had in mind.
Okay, so what did you have in mind?
Well, I think I want to get into journalism and, publishing and stuff like that.
Publishing?
Well, yeah, I'm majoring in journalism, so might as well get some practical experience with it. Right now, all I have is book knowledge. I'm going to start putting in applications next week.
Let me see what I can do for you.
What could you do for me?
Well, I do have a few friends in the publishing world.
Aunt Liz.
And Matt Corey.
He owns a daily ledger, doesn't he?
And Brava, among other things.
You've seen a lot of him lately, haven't you?
Now, don't make it sound like more than it is.
You talked to him for me?
I think I could manage it.
You really would do that?
Yes. Really.
You are the best. You know that? Thanks so much.
Oh, Mom, I'm so happy for you. Thank you, darling. I'm happy for me, too.
Oh, just think, Pat, London, England, the royal wedding. I've always wanted to see a beefeater.
So have I.
Think of all the things you're going to be able to see and do. Buckingham Palace, the Tower of London, Piccadilly Circus.
Westminster Abbey, right? And the British Museum and Fleet Street.
I forgot that.
I'm going there to work.
Well, certainly you're going to have some time to do some sightseeing.
Right, you're going to have to get up to Stratford to the Globe Theater for some Shakespeare.
You have tired me out and I haven't even left yet.
How long are you going to be gone?
At least 2 months, honey, maybe a little longer.
I think it's wunderbar. I just wish Mac would let me go with you, dear.
Well, I could certainly use your help. Maybe if I asked him.
Oh, no, really I couldn't do. I have too much work to do here, but it doesn't hurt to do a little wishful thinking now, does it?
So all you have to do is set up the office, right?
Yes, that's all I have to do is set up the office and hire the staff and supervise the schedules and, well, at least see a couple of issues.
True.
Well, it sounds like you're going to love it.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, honey, before I forget, I wanted to talk to you about the apartment. You and Rick can apartment sit if you'd like to. I don't need it till I get back.
Oh, thank you so much. Lately, my apartment's begun to feel like Grand Central Station.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Oh, hi,
Hi, Pat. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Have you decided whether or not you're going to take over?
I'm thinking about it.
Good.
I told Mac I'd let him know tomorrow.
I hope you do. You know you're very good, Jamie.
Thank you.
Well, I've got a few things to do before I get ready. Well, you holler if you need my help, will you?
I will. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
So, how you doing?
Terrific.
No regrets?
Absolutely none.
You look great.
Thank you. I feel great.
So what are you and Rick doing tonight?
Not much of anything, I'm afraid. Rick's on late duty tonight, so I was just going to go home and grab a bite to eat and curl up with a good book.
Huh. Well, I have to grab a bite, too. Care to join me?
Sure. As long as it's not too late. I have the early shift tomorrow.
Great. Well, you ready now?
Sure.
Great. Let's go. Goodbye, Liz.
Bye.
What else did Larry say?
That's about it, Brian. They found nothing at the house. Larry thinks that Blaine must have taken out of the house with her, but doesn't remember it. And then left it in the taxi when she was coming over to my loft. He's going to check that out.
Oh. You know, Jerry, there's one other possibility we'll have to consider.
Well, what's that?
There may never have been a book to begin with.
No, Brian, there is a book. Blaine said there was. Now, that is the reason Jordan came after her in the first place. It's the only thing that we've got to go on.
Exactly, and that's why we have to consider the possibility that the book doesn't exist and never has.
Brian, are you saying that Blaine made it up? That she lied just to provide herself with an excuse to shoot Jordan? You can't believe that. If Blaine said there was a book, there was. Now, she wouldn't lie. I know her. If she was going to lie, she would have lied about shooting Jordan Scott. I just can't believe that you'd even consider the idea that there never was a book.
Jerry, we are going to defend Blaine, and we're going to do the best job we know how, with or without the book. But there's one very important thing I have to warn you about.
What's that?
For Blaine's sake, and yours, we cannot become emotionally involved in this. Now, I know that's going to be difficult for you under the circumstances, but we have to think of this case as we would any other case. We are going to fight to win it. But we will not win if either one of us works on feelings rather than intellect. And Jerry, if I ever begin to feel that that's what you're doing, I am going to remove you from the case. Is that understood?
Finished, madame?
Yes, thank you.
Sir? Yeah, I'm through. Thank you. You didn't like your food, honey?
Was all right, I guess.
Well, don't you like the restaurant?
It's not that, Larry.
Well, what is it?
Well, it's not my kind of place.
What do you mean, not your kind of place? You don't like this place?
Well, this isn't exactly the kind of restaurant you used to take me to. It's so ritzy. I don't feel comfortable here.
Look, it's not that ritzy. The prices are a little higher than the places we used to go. Baby, you shouldn't feel uncomfortable about that.
Well, I do.
Why?
I don't know.
You know, baby, I've always wanted to do nice things for you.
You've changed, Larry.
What do you mean I've changed?
You have. A year ago, you wouldn't have felt comfortable in a place this fancy. Now you just fit right in.
Well, I've learned to like some of the good things in life.
Well, maybe you've outgrown me, because the good things don't much appeal to me.
Hey, look, just give it a chance, will you?
What was wrong with the life that we used to have? We used to be happy.
Yeah, we were.
I don't think you're going to be happy coming back to the way we were, Larry.
Yes, I will. Look, there's nothing wrong with me treating you every once in a while. It's not going to hurt us.
Would you care for coffee or dessert?
No, just the check, please.
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't have a good time tonight.
I'm sorry, too.
I really thought this was going to be a big celebration, us getting back together and all. Turned out to be a real bust. Well, we might as well go on home.
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me. Your check, sir.
Thank you.
Well, this isn't exactly the kind of place I expected to go for a little bite to eat.
Oh, you want to go someplace else?
No, it's okay. I just thought we were going to go to a coffee shop or something.
Oh, well, I just thought this might be nice for a little conversation.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
So, how you doing? Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
You want to tell me a bit more about this party you mentioned on the way over here?
Oh, it's really not a big deal. It's just an informal get-together, family and friends. Rick and I decided we wanted to do it as a sort of thank you for all the nice things everybody did for us when we got married.
Great. When and where?
It's going to be Monday night at our place. Rick and I still haven't found an apartment, so we're still staying with Kit. At least until my mother goes to Europe, and then we'll move in there for a while. Hopefully we can find something before she gets back.
Yeah, I hope you can, too.
So, how's Cecile?
How was your honeymoon?
How's Cecile?
She's fine.
Just fine, nothing else?
Should there be something else?
No, guess not.
Have a nice trip?
Yes, we did. A nice wedding and a nice honeymoon.
Oh. A wedding?
What about it?
Well, I never had a chance to apologize.
For what?
The way I acted. I mean, I had too much to drink. I just made a total fool out of myself.
You don't have to apologize for that.
What about the night before?
You just needed someone.
Yeah, I did.
Besides, nothing serious happened that needs to be apologized for.
Are you happy?
Yes. Are you?
Good question. Cecile wants to start a family.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me. I mean, I never thought Cecile would, I never thought of her wanting a family. She always seemed pretty dedicated to a career.
Yeah, well, now she wants to have children.
I see. Is that what you want?
I think it's too soon. But it's what she wants.
But I asked if that's what you want.
I'm not sure what I want.
Jerry?
Kid.
I can't stay but a moment. I'm on my way to work, night shift, but I wanted to talk to you before I went.
Well, is something wrong?
Nothing that I can't take care of.
Well, what did you want to talk to me about?
Well, the other day when you stopped by to ask me to post Blaine's bail money, I didn't give you a definite answer.
That's okay. I'm going to get it somewhere.
No, wait a minute. I didn't come here for excuses. I came here to give you this check.
Kid.
I want you to know I'm doing this for you. Not Blaine.
Thank you, kid. I don't know what else to say.
You could say I love you.
Oh, I do love you so much, kid.
Listen, I gotta go. But I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Oh, Jane, I'm so glad you're home. I had the most marvelous day today. Everything went perfectly at the complex. And Mac, you know, he is the most wonderful person in the whole world to work for.
What's brought this on?
Oh, I don't know. A good job, a lovely place to live, and most of all, a wonderful husband.
Well, he didn't think I was so wonderful last night. In fact, he wondered whether I could handle the Brava job.
Oh, would you forget that, please? I missed you today.
I was around.
I know.
I guess I just didn't get a chance to see you.
Oh, Jamie, you're so tense.
What else is new? Let's go to the other room.
Right now, before we've had dinner?
Well, how about instead of dinner?
Oh, Jamie, I do love you.
Do you?
You know I do. You know what? I forgot to tell you. I have wonderful news.
No? Is that what's responsible for this good mood?
Well, partly. I talked to Mac today.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
About what?
Well, mostly about work, but you know what he did?
Why don't you tell me?
Well, just as I was about to leave the office, he said that he wanted to give us a present.
A present?
Mm-hmm. Mac wants to give us a car. A new car.
You asked him to buy you a new car?
No, I didn't. Of course not. He said that he wanted to give us a car so that it would make our lives easier.
No.
No? What do you mean, no?
No. No new car. No gifts, no money, nothing. I don't want anything that we haven't earned.
But, Jamie, please.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Mrs. Corey.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
I'd like to talk to you.
You know, it's really good to see you again, but actually, Mrs. Corey, I was just on my way out
It's
the door.
really important.
Oh, well, sure then. Please, come in.
Thank you.
Come in. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
So, what was it you wanted to talk about, Mrs. Corey?
I know who you are, Sandy.
What?
I know you're Mac's son.
How'd you find out?
It's not important. What is important is that Mac not find out.
Why not?
It could hurt Jamie.
Jamie?
His position at Clary Complex is very precarious right now. If you were to tell Mac who you are, it would put Jamie in more jeopardy.
I think you're wrong, Mrs. Corey.
Why?
I don't think Jamie has anything to worry about.
Well, I disagree with you. I think he has everything to worry about.
Mac loves Jamie. He told me as much. He considers him to be his son.
And that will change when you tell him who you are.
I don't think so. Mac's feelings for Jamie go very deep, and...
Sandy, I understand this situation a lot better than you do. I've seen what it's done to these two men, my being in this situation with Mitch. Mac told me that if we were to get a divorce, he would take everything away from Jamie, and he's done just that. Now, if you go to Mac and tell him that you're his son, I think that'll be the end of it for Jamie.
I don't think so. All that Mac's taking away some of those responsibilities has done is to relieve some of the pressure. I think Mac still has a great deal of respect for Jamie's abilities.
Sandy, I'm telling you, if you give Mac this information, it could be very harmful to Jamie.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Corey. I think you're wrong. And it's very important to me right now that Mac know I'm his son.
But, Sandy, you've waited this long. Can't you wait a little longer until Jamie gets back on his feet, until he proves himself, till he has his position at Corey Complex a little more firm?
I don't know that I can wait any longer.
Sandy, I'm begging you for Jamie. Please don't tell this to Mac. Not right now.
This is very important to you, isn't it?
Yes, it's very important. I wouldn't be asking you this favor if I wasn't convinced that it would hurt Jamie very badly if you were to tell Mac this.
Mrs. Corey, somebody else could get hurt if I don't tell Mac.
Who? Who could get hurt?
I can't tell you that right now.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about. But you know, Jamie, you know what he's been through these last few months. Now he's got a chance to get his whole thing back together again, and if he's not given this chance, Sandy, I'm really afraid of what's going to happen.
What do you mean?
Sandy, you've seen how he's chosen to cope with all of his problems. First it was drugs, and then it was alcohol. Now he's on his feet again, right now. And if you were to go to Mac and tell Mac now that you're his son, and Mac were to turn away from Jamie, I just don't know what would happen. I don't know what would happen to Jamie, but I think that he'd go right over the edge.
Mrs. Corey, I think Jamie's a lot stronger than you think. And I don't think he'd ever do what you're thinking, but... Well, I'm not sure I can do what you want, Mrs. Corey. But if I do, it'll be for Jamie.
That's all I'm asking you to do. And it'll mean a lot to me, really. I'll see what I can do about it. What were you saying to her?
Nothing.
You weren't telling her, anything about what happened to that food tray this morning, were you? Let me tell you something, honey. If you want to stay in one piece in this place, you'll keep your mouth shut. You understand?
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another Work.